When people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a him. And everybody including Will. I mean, Will.
Would you ever fight your brother?
I don't know. It depends what day you ask me, but I don't know if it'll ever happen, man. We could fantasize about it, but
who would win?
Who knows? I think it could be really interesting. I would win. And that's the tough part is
I'm gonna beat his ass if y'all talking. Y'all better be quiet. I don't give a fuck about all that. Twist it up. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't care about none of that. Mama, he can't shit about
Gervonta Davis went face-to-face with Jake Paul, and Tank didn't hold back. Smirking, he told him even a 300-pound guy wouldn't stand a chance against him. It was pure intimidation. A warning shot meant to shake Jake before the real battle begins.
What do you think is the minimum weight of someone that could beat you in a fight?
Minimum weight?
Yeah,
right.
Someone's like 250.
Yeah, probably like, 250, 220 or some shit like that.
With no experience?
Yes, sir.
Someone with no experience?
Yeah. No, hell no. They gotta have experience to beat me.
No, but like a 300 guy, no experience. You think
I'm whooping that ass.
Yeah.
I'm whooping that ass.
Jake Paul didn't flinch. He fired back with his own threat straight at Gervonta with confidence and swagger. Jake dismissed Tank's reputation. He said, people think Tank can outbox him, and that's exactly why it's such a big fight. The message was clear. Jake isn't scared and he's ready to test Tank's limits.
People think that he could actually beat me, and people think he could outbox me, and he's so powerful and this and that. That's what makes it a good fight. November 4th.
3. When money talk came up, the figure sounded huge. Critics doubted Tank's guarantee, but the truth is Jake is the one driving Netflix interest. Tank may be a big name at lightweight, but Jake Paul is the star drawing those massive numbers.
Gervonta Davis's guarantee.
I call bullshit.
Me too.
I call bullshit.
$200 million is a lot of money.
That'd be the most any athlete's ever made in one event, in one night. Where are they getting that money?
I mean, it's Netflix.
Okay. Mike Tyson didn't make that. Jake Paul didn't make that.
No. 20 million, I would believe, not 200 million.
20 million seems realistic.
That's a lot.
Even because Netflix is bigger, but there's no pay-per-view model. So, and Gervonta is a big pay-per-view draw, especially for being a lighter weight class.
Yeah.
So 20 to even 40 I can get.
Oof, that's a lot.
40 I can understand.
As debates over cash circled, Eddie Hearn stepped in with a blunt take on the weight gap. He couldn't hide his disbelief, calling it a strange matchup. A cruiserweight against a lightweight isn't a fair fight. That's exactly where Jake has the upper hand with his size, strength, and power that Tank can't truly prepare for.
You've gone from a 250-pound world heavyweight champion to a 135-pound, 5'6". I mean, it's bizarre. You know, you've got a cruiserweight.
If Hearn raised concerns, Cha Sonnen went further and mocked Tank's press conference performance. Sonnen said Tank looked awkward and unprepared, using weak phrases like corny and oppressor. He called it playground talk, not the energy of a big fight. Jake, on the other hand, stayed calm and showed he controls the spotlight when pressure hits.
In defense of himself, makes a comparison to P. Diddy. Jake literally just puts his head down. It's like, man. And I think that Jake was thinking in the moment the same thing what I was thinking, which is, how are you not prepared? And Tank was fumbling. And I want to say he referred to it by calling it corny. And corny is just not a word that fighters use at a press conference to build a fight. I don't know if I've...
Mike Perry voiced what many are already thinking. Tank Davis isn't the same anymore. His knockouts seem like a thing of the past, and his hunger doesn't look the same, especially against a man who outweighs him by almost 100 pounds. Skill alone won't save him here.
Jake is big. Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, I mean, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and, you know, I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80 to...
Even Shakur Stevenson admitted this fight looks like a money move. He tried to defend Tank's talent, but pointed out the obvious size gap. Jake's advantage is too much. Skills can only go so far when you're up against someone that much bigger and stronger.
I think that's terrible.
Why?
I mean, I get it, because at the end of the day, it's the money business, and you want to make the most money, but from what I'm hearing, he can make more money in a fight with me, and if that's the case, why not fight me?
Sure. Do you think he beats Jake Paul?
Do I think he beats Jake? Yeah. I mean,
there's a huge size advantage, though.
It is, but I think Tank got the skills to make sure he come out on top.
The discussion then shifted to Jake's growth. Stevenson gave Jake Paul serious respect, saying he's improved a lot and could even become a world champion. That's no small compliment coming from a top fighter. It shows Jake isn't a gimmick anymore. His progress is real, while Tank still seems stuck in his old ways.
That fighters use in a press conference to build a fight. I don't know if I've used the word corny since my age got into the double digits. I was surprised that Tank was so unprepared.
Eddie Hearn built hype around the matchup, calling it a war where both fighters have everything to gain. But he noted Jake looks hungrier. Tank may have skill, but Jake's size, momentum, and determination make him a bigger threat on fight night.
And I think this is going to be a war between these two guys. And, you know, I think sometimes when you get two guys that don't have a lot to lose but have everything to gain, you just get great fights. You know, both these guys, I promised them, I said the winner of this fight will be involved in a big fight internationally.
And I think this is going to be a war between these two guys. And, you know, I think sometimes when you get two guys that don't have a lot to lose but have everything to gain, you just get great fights. You know, both these guys, I promised them, I said the winner of this fight will be involved in a big fight internationally.
Moses is going to be a heavy favourite, but how much jump in class and pedigree is this from his previous fight?
Well, it's such a big jump because, you know, Dillian's not an idiot, isn't he? He fancies the fight. This is a big jump for him. He's done everything up to now that's been asked of him. But there's that question mark about what happens if he goes into the later rounds. I mean, he has gone the distance once, but I'm talking about with somebody who doesn't fiddle around, somebody who actually would like to get him in the latter rounds and is capable of knocking people over. You know, he's a puncher, you've seen him do it, and he's done it with world-class fighters.
If promoters were excited, Tyson Fury gave Jake major support in his own style. Fury said Tank might be slick, but Jake Paul is miles ahead when it comes to selling fights, packing arenas, and attracting new fans. That's real power. And when the business favors Jake, the pressure shifts his way, too.
It's kind of weird, because Jake Paul is extremely bigger than Tank. And I mean, but with it being exhibition, it makes sense. It's fine. He got a big name that he's going to be fighting. But I mean, it really makes no sense because he's going to be weighing over 200 and some pounds. Tank's going to probably be weighing maybe at the most 147, 150. So I don't even understand why the fight is happening.
Applause. Jeff Mayweather didn't sugarcoat it. He said the fight makes no sense physically. Jake Paul will be over 200 pounds, while Tank barely hits 150. That's not a small gap. It's a massive one. No matter the skill level, Tank can't bully someone with that much size and power.
The distance once, but I'm talking about with somebody who doesn't fiddle around, somebody who actually would like to get him in the latter rounds and is capable of knocking people over. You know, he's a puncher. You've seen him do it, and he's done it.
Frank Warren reminded people that Jake has already proved his toughness by going the distance. He's fought heavy hitters, handled pressure, and kept pushing. That resilience gives him an edge. Tank's power hurts smaller men, but against Jake's size and stamina, it won't have the same effect. Jake has shown he can adjust and still deliver
I fancy my chances. I think Gervonta Davis actually beats him as well. He's one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world at lightweight. But it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? It's like you got a guy of 5'5" boxing, a guy of 6 foot plus. Cruiserweight, yeah, it's just all a little bit odd. I feel if they're going to do an exhibition, perhaps Jake should have picked someone more his size. Look, his last fight against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Was at cruiserweight. Chavez Jr. was a former world champion at middleweight himself, and that sort of made sense. And it was a good win for Jake Paul. You know, he come out there and he beats an ex-world champion. He gets a little bit of credibility, and you go, right, now you're heading in the right direction. You're starting to be okay, all right. Former champions, former fighters, but at least they're boxers. They're not MMA stars, and whatnot. So. Yeah, I think that was a move in the right direction. Gervonta Davis is just a little bit of a freak show for me.
Yeah, I agree, Spence. I mean, the size difference is a bit of an annoying one as well. But also I hate when they put exhibition in it, because then you think, how seriously they're really going to take it. I understand it because of the money involved, but realistically, if there can be a winner, Gervonta Davis should take him out, regardless of the size, pretty easily and pretty quickly.
I agree, mate. Totally agree. Gervonta Davis is an active fighter. Like I say, still a pound-for-pound star. Very heavy-handed.
Spencer Oliver added his thoughts, saying the matchup feels strange. A 5 feet 5 inches in lightweight against a cruiserweight looks unusual, but that's Jake's edge. Tank might be elite pound for pound, but rankings mean little when you're outsized in height, reach, and power. Jake isn't just bigger, he's fresher and hungrier. Oliver suggested Jake should fight someone his size, but Jake sees opportunity. If Tank can't close the distance, his skills won't matter. Fans may see mismatch, but Jake sees destiny.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like,
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your.
Yeah, I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like.
Terran Crawford didn't hold back. He admitted he just doesn't like Jake Paul. But even through that dislike, he gave Jake credit as a real fighter. That's the contradiction here. Fighters hate Jake's rise because he's achieved in a few years what they built over decades: fame, fortune, and influence. They call him arrogant, but fans call it confidence. They see bodyguards, but fans see a star. Crawford's claims sound more like bitterness because Jake has already proven himself in the ring against bigger, tougher men. Love him or hate him, Jake is in their heads, and that's half the battle won.